Today, let's talk about something that strikes at the core of what it means to live a fulfilling life. Imagine if we could go back and teach our younger selves a few essential lessons. How would that shape our choices, our attitudes, and ultimately our happiness? Time is one of life's most valuable resources, yet it's often something we take for granted until we find ourselves looking back, wishing we had more of it. Many people come to realize too late in life that time is irreplaceable, learning the hard way that once a moment passes, it's gone forever. This realization is profound and bittersweet, as it often arrives after countless hours, days, and years have slipped by, dedicated to pursuits or obligations that, in hindsight, seem far less meaningful than the ones they wish they had prioritized. In our youth, it can be easy to feel that time is endless, that there's always another day to follow our dreams, build relationships, or spend time with loved ones. But as we grow older, the reality sets in that time is finite. And each moment spent is a moment that will never return. When we're young, it's natural to think of life as something that stretches out endlessly before us. We have dreams, goals, and ambitions, and it feels like we have all the time in the world to pursue them. We push off things we care about, assuming there will be another opportunity down the line. Many people spend years building their careers, focusing on financial success, or chasing social status, believing that these achievements will bring them happiness and fulfillment. And while ambition and hard work are certainly admirable qualities, they can sometimes cause us to lose sight of what matters most. We spend so much time working towards a future that we forget to live in the present. Only later do many people realize that while they were busy climbing ladders and accumulating things, they missed out on moments that truly bring joy and meaning to life. This revelation about the preciousness of time often arrives too late. As people begin to see the fleeting nature of life through significant life events or moments of loss. It may take the passing of a loved one, the end of a relationship, or the realization of one's own mortality to awaken a sense of urgency. Suddenly, the years that once seemed so abundant feel limited, and the memories of lost time become tinged with regret. These moments can be life-changing, leading people to reevaluate their priorities and reconsider how they are spending their time. The things that once seemed so important, career titles, material possessions, the endless pursuit of success, often lose their luster when viewed through the lens of life's brevity. In the end, people realize that it's the relationships they neglected, the passions they shelved, and the simple pleasures they ignored that would have truly enriched their lives. A major part of this realization is understanding that time is not just finite, but also unpredictable. None of us know how much time we truly have, and this uncertainty adds a layer of urgency to living fully and meaningfully in each moment. Waiting for the right time or the perfect moment to pursue our dreams, to express our love, or to simply enjoy life often means waiting forever. Many people learn too late that there will never be a perfect time, only the present moment. Each day we delay taking action or expressing appreciation is a day we might not get back. The things we intend to do someday may remain forever out of reach if we don't choose to do them now. The realization that time is irreplaceable also brings a deeper awareness of the quality of time spent. It's not just about how long we live, but about how fully we live within the time we have. When we spend our days mindlessly or simply going through the motions, we miss out on opportunities to truly engage with the world around us. It's easy to get caught up in routines, endlessly scrolling on screens or numbing ourselves with distractions. But these habits often lead to a life that feels hollow and unfulfilled. Being intentional about how we spend our time, choosing to be present, engaged, and purposeful transforms the quality of our lives and allows us to savor each moment fully. This understanding often shifts people's focus from quantity to quality. Instead of trying to accumulate more money, more achievements, more things, they begin to value experiences, relationships, and personal growth. They become less interested in societal definitions of success and more interested in what brings them peace, joy, and satisfaction. Time well spent often looks like time spent on things that align with one's values, passions, and authentic desires. It involves nurturing relationships, cultivating passions, and investing in experiences that bring happiness and meaning. The people who recognize the value of time and live accordingly often find a deeper sense of fulfillment. They may not have the biggest bank accounts or the most impressive resumes, but they have a life filled with love, connection, and purpose. They don't wait for retirement to start living or for a major life change to begin appreciating what they have. Instead, they choose to live fully each day, recognizing that every moment is a gift. They invest their time in the people they care about, the causes they believe in, and the passions that make them feel alive. In doing so, they create a life that is rich in experiences, memories, and meaning, a life that leaves little room for regret. In conclusion, the understanding that time is irreplaceable is one of life's most important lessons. And it's one that too many people learn only after much of their time has been spent. By recognizing the value of time early on, we can make choices that prioritize what truly matters, from nurturing relationships to pursuing passions to simply being present in our everyday lives. Life is precious, and each day is a new opportunity to live fully and intentionally. Let us not wait until time has slipped away to understand its worth. Instead, let's embrace each moment with gratitude and purpose, knowing that how we spend our time ultimately defines the legacy we leave behind. Happiness is something we all seek in life, yet it's often misunderstood and pursued in ways that lead to fleeting satisfaction rather than lasting joy. Many people spend years chasing external markers of success, high-paying jobs, luxury possessions, social status, thinking these achievements will bring them happiness. But as many eventually realize, happiness is not something we can acquire from external sources. Rather, it comes from within. True happiness is an internal state, deeply rooted in our mindset, our attitudes, and our ability to find contentment and gratitude in life's simple moments. When we're young, it's natural to believe that certain milestones or achievements will bring happiness. We tell ourselves, I'll be happy when I get that promotion, when I buy that car, when I move into my dream home. While these accomplishments can bring moments of joy, they rarely provide lasting happiness. External achievements are inherently temporary. The joy of buying a new car fades, the excitement of a promotion eventually becomes the new normal, and even the thrill of financial success may lose its luster over time. It's at this point that many people begin to understand that while these things can contribute to comfort and convenience, they don't provide the deep, enduring sense of fulfillment that we associate with true happiness. One of the reasons happiness can't be derived solely from external sources is because it is fundamentally an emotion, a state of being that comes from how we perceive and experience our lives. People often mistakenly place their happiness in the hands of external circumstances, such as their career, wealth, or relationships, but this makes happiness fragile, subject to change with every shift in external conditions. When our happiness depends on things outside ourselves, we live in a state of constant worrying about losing our jobs, about not measuring up to others, about maintaining the status and possessions we believe define us. This creates a cycle of stress and dissatisfaction, because external circumstances are rarely stable. And if we tie our happiness to them, our happiness becomes as fragile and fleeting as those conditions themselves. A person who truly understands that happiness comes from within is less shaken by life's inevitable ups and downs. This type of inner happiness isn't rooted in material things or achievements, but in a deeper sense of peace and contentment. To cultivate this, we need to focus on developing inner qualities like gratitude, compassion, and self-acceptance. Gratitude, in particular, is a powerful tool for inner happiness. When we practice gratitude, we train ourselves to focus on what we have rather than what we lack. This shift in perspective has a profound effect on our well-being, as it helps us to appreciate the small joys and the blessings that fill our lives every day. Another crucial element of inner happiness is self-acceptance. Many people struggle with self-criticism, feeling that they are not good enough or that they need to prove themselves in some way. This internal battle creates a barrier to happiness, as we are constantly measuring ourselves against impossible standards. However, when we learn to accept ourselves, flaws and all, we open the door to a more peaceful, contented life. Self-acceptance doesn't mean that we stop striving for growth, but rather that we recognize our inherent worth and treat ourselves with kindness and understanding. It's about being at ease with who we are in this moment, rather than waiting to become good enough before we allow ourselves to be happy. Mindfulness is another practice that can help us connect to inner happiness. Mindfulness is the art of being fully present in each moment, aware of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we become more aware of how often we are lost in worries about the future or regrets about the past. And we learn to bring our attention back to the present moment. Living in the present allows us to experience life more deeply and to find joy in simple experiences like enjoying a meal, spending time with loved ones, or appreciating the beauty of nature. These moments of presence and awareness are where true happiness resides, as they remind us that happiness is not a destination but a way of being. Furthermore, happiness from within involves understanding that life will always have its challenges, and that true happiness doesn't mean living without problems. Instead, it means having the resilience and perspective to face those problems without losing our sense of inner peace. This type of resilience grows when we accept that pain, loss, and disappointment are natural parts of life, and that they can coexist with our happiness. Learning to navigate difficult emotions without becoming consumed by them is a hallmark of inner happiness. It allows us to maintain a steady sense of contentment even in times of struggle, knowing that our happiness isn't dependent on everything going perfectly. In the end, when we realize that happiness comes from within, we free ourselves from the constant chase for more. We no longer feel the need to endlessly pursue things outside ourselves to feel worthy or fulfilled. This doesn't mean we stop setting goals or seeking growth, but that we approach life from a place of contentment rather than lack. Inner happiness brings a sense of freedom, as we can enjoy our achievements and possessions without relying on them to define our sense of worth. In conclusion, happiness is an internal journey, a state of mind that is cultivated through gratitude, self-acceptance, mindfulness, and resilience. When we let go of the belief that happiness is something to be achieved or acquired, we allow ourselves to experience the richness of the present moment. We learn that happiness is not about perfect circumstances, but about finding peace, joy, and meaning in the life we are already living. Embracing this truth allows us to live with a sense of fulfillment that external achievements alone could never provide. True happiness, after all, isn't about what we have, but about who we are and how we choose to experience the world around us. Self-care is often misunderstood, especially in today's fast-paced, success-driven world. Many people equate self-care with selfishness or indulgence, thinking that putting time or effort into their own well-being detracts from productivity or responsibilities. However, this misconception can lead to exhaustion, burnout, and a compromised sense of fulfillment. Self-care is not about being self-centered, it's about investing in the health, stability, and well-being necessary to live a balanced, resilient life. It involves recognizing the importance of physical, mental, and emotional health and treating them as essential components that support every other area of life. Neglecting self-care doesn't lead to greater productivity or happiness. In fact, it does quite the opposite. When we prioritize our well-being, we not only function at our best, but also have more to give to others, cultivating deeper connections, richer experiences, and a higher quality of life overall. In a world that values hard work and relentless ambition, many people fall into the trap of overworking, sacrificing rest and relaxation in the pursuit of success. They believe that putting themselves last will yield greater accomplishments or make them more admirable to others. This mindset, while well-intentioned, is ultimately counterproductive. The human body and mind have natural limits, and pushing beyond these without proper care leads to stress, fatigue, and sometimes even serious health consequences. We are not machines, and even machines need maintenance to keep running effectively. By taking time to recharge, both physically and mentally, we actually enhance our ability to focus, solve problems, and approach tasks creatively. Just as we charge our devices before they run out of power, we need to recharge ourselves through regular rest, exercise, and relaxation. Mental health is another critical component of self-care that is often overlooked. We live in an era where stress and anxiety are pervasive, fueled by constant connectivity, high demands, and pressures from both personal and professional fronts. When we fail to prioritize mental well-being, we risk allowing stress to accumulate, leading to burnout and a diminished quality of life. Incorporating mental self-care practices like mindfulness, meditation, journaling, or even simple moments of solitude can have a transformative effect on our emotional state. These practices help clear the mental clutter, reduce stress, and allow us to approach challenges with a clearer perspective. Mindfulness, for instance, can increase our ability to stay present and reduce anxiety by focusing on the here and now, rather than constantly worrying about future tasks or dwelling on past mistakes. By nurturing our mental health, we build emotional resilience, allowing us to handle life's ups and downs with greater grace and stability. Physical self-care is equally important. Many people disregard the benefits of exercise, proper nutrition, and adequate sleep, seeing these as secondary concerns in the face of deadlines, family obligations, or societal expectations. However, taking care of the body is fundamental to maintaining energy, focus, and overall health. Regular physical activity improves not only physical strength, but also mental well-being by releasing endorphins, which are known as feel-good hormones. Nutrition fuels our bodies and minds, enabling us to operate at optimal levels. When we neglect these aspects of physical care, we may find ourselves feeling sluggish, irritable, or unable to concentrate effectively. Sleep in particular is essential, as it allows the body and brain to recover from the day's activities, process information, and prepare for the challenges ahead. Prioritizing these aspects of physical health equips us to handle life's demands with greater vitality and endurance. Self-care also involves emotional and relational well-being. This means nurturing our emotional needs, setting boundaries, and surrounding ourselves with people who uplift and support us. Many people struggle with setting boundaries, fearing that doing so may upset others or make them seem uncooperative. However, healthy boundaries are a form of self-care that prevents burnout and resentment. When we set limits around our time and energy, we protect our ability to engage meaningfully with others. Moreover, cultivating healthy relationships is essential for emotional resilience. We all need a support system, people we can trust to provide encouragement, advice, and companionship. Strong, positive relationships provide a sense of belonging, helping us feel seen, valued, and understood. By investing in relationships that bring joy and balance into our lives, we foster a more supportive and nurturing environment for ourselves. Furthermore, self-care fosters personal growth. When we take time for ourselves, we allow space for reflection, self-awareness, and growth. Through self-care practices like reading, journaling, or pursuing hobbies, we deepen our understanding of who we are, our values, and our aspirations. Personal growth isn't just about learning new skills or acquiring knowledge, it's about understanding and accepting ourselves on a deeper level. This kind of introspection can lead to greater clarity about our goals and can even help us identify and eliminate habits or thought patterns that may be holding us back. Self-care provides us with the time and mental space needed to nurture our potential and explore new possibilities for personal development. A balanced approach to self-care is not only beneficial for the individual, but also enhances relationships and productivity in the long run. When we are rested, healthy, and emotionally balanced, we are better equipped to handle responsibilities and engage fully with others. By prioritizing self-care, we bring our best selves to our work, family, and friendships. We become more present, patient, and resilient, able to face challenges without feeling overwhelmed or resentful. Self-care creates a foundation from which we can support others more effectively, allowing us to contribute meaningfully to our communities, families, and workplaces without feeling depleted. In conclusion, self-care is not a luxury or an afterthought, it's a fundamental component of a well-rounded, fulfilling life. Far from being selfish, it enables us to operate at our best, bringing greater energy, focus, and empathy to everything we do. By investing in our physical, mental, and emotional health, we cultivate a life that is sustainable and resilient, one in which we can pursue our goals, nurture our relationships, and navigate challenges without sacrificing our well-being. When we understand that self-care is essential to living a balanced and joyful life, we allow ourselves the grace to step back, to rest, and to recharge. This realization not only enriches our own lives, but also allows us to positively impact those around us. Self-care, then, is not just an act of personal preservation, it is an act of love and respect for ourselves and others, one that builds a strong foundation for living fully and joyfully. One of the most profound realizations people often come to later in life is the immense importance of relationships. We live in a world that frequently encourages us to prioritize individual success and material accomplishments, often sidelining the importance of our connections with others. Many people get caught up in the pursuit of career milestones, personal accolades, or the acquisition of material wealth, believing these will bring long-term happiness and fulfillment. However, as time passes, it often becomes clear that the true richness of life lies in the relationships we cultivate and the moments we share with those we care about. Relationships offer something that possessions and status simply cannot: a deep sense of connection, purpose, and belonging that adds meaning to our lives. Human beings are inherently social creatures. From birth, we depend on others to survive. And throughout life, our relationships help shape who we are and how we experience the world. When we foster close, meaningful relationships, we build a support system that provides companionship, joy, and resilience through life's inevitable ups and downs. Relationships allow us to share our victories and disappointments, offering solace in times of struggle and celebration in times of success. But many people realize only later in life, often through the experience of loneliness, loss, or regret, that their greatest sources of happiness and fulfillment stem not from their accomplishments, but from the people who have walked beside them on their journey. While career success and personal achievements can provide satisfaction and pride, these feelings are usually short-lived if they are not shared with others. The joy of achieving a major goal can feel hollow if there is no one to celebrate with. Our relationships give context and meaning to our achievements, reminding us that we are not just working for ourselves, but also for the well-being and happiness of those we love. For instance, a person might work hard to provide for their family, believing that their sacrifices are worthwhile if they can offer their loved ones comfort and security. But too often, people can become so focused on these material goals that they neglect spending quality time with the very people they're working for. This is a regret many come to recognize too late, that while they were busy chasing success, they missed out on valuable moments with their family and friends. In times of hardship, the importance of relationships becomes even more apparent. When life presents challenges such as illness, job loss, or personal setbacks, material possessions or career accomplishments offer little solace. It's during these times that the comfort and presence of loved ones become essential. A simple conversation, a shared meal, or a hug from a friend can provide the strength to carry on in ways that material success never could. Relationships serve as an emotional anchor, grounding us when life feels uncertain or overwhelming. However, building these meaningful connections requires time, effort, and a willingness to prioritize people over things. Moreover, relationships contribute significantly to our personal growth. Interacting with others exposes us to new ideas, perspectives, and experiences which broaden our understanding of the world and help us develop empathy, compassion, and patience. Through relationships, we learn about compromise, forgiveness, and acceptance. Whether it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, or a family bond, each connection challenges us to be better versions of ourselves. Often the people closest to us are those who inspire us, encourage us, and push us to pursue our dreams and aspirations. They serve as mirrors, reflecting back to us our strengths and areas for improvement, helping us grow in ways we might not achieve alone. Without these relationships, our personal development would be stunted, and our journey towards self-discovery would be far less fulfilling. As we age, we tend to recognize the limitations of material pursuits and turn our attention toward the people who have been constants in our lives. It's common for people, especially in their later years, to reflect on their memories and find that the most cherished moments are those shared with loved ones. Memories of laughter-filled conversations, family gatherings, and quiet, meaningful moments with close friends are often far more significant than any career achievement or material possession. These moments bring a lasting joy that is not dependent on wealth or status. They are a testament to the depth of human connection and the irreplaceable role that relationships play in our lives. Regret is a powerful motivator for change, and for many people, the realization of relationships' importance comes too late. After years of focusing on career and personal accomplishments, they may look back and wish they had invested more time in nurturing their relationships. Some may regret not being more present for family gatherings, missing out on time with friends, or letting relationships fade over time due to neglect. This recognition often sparks a desire to reconnect, to mend old relationships, and to prioritize people over things. For those fortunate enough to realize this, while there's still time, it becomes a valuable lesson on how to spend the remaining years of life in a more meaningful and connected way. In conclusion, relationships are one of the most valuable aspects of life, bringing meaning, joy, and resilience that material success and achievements cannot match. They provide us with companionship, support, and the opportunity for personal growth. While it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of success, it's important to remember that our deepest happiness often comes from the people we hold close. Investing time and energy in our relationships not only enriches our lives, but also creates a legacy of love and connection that endures long after we're gone. Recognizing the importance of relationships before it's too late allows us to live with fewer regrets and a deeper sense of fulfillment, knowing that we have cherished and been cherished by those who matter most. Throughout life, one of the most valuable but often overlooked lessons is the importance of embracing failure. Society often conditions us to see failure as something to avoid, a negative outcome that reflects poorly on our abilities or self-worth. From a young age, many people are taught that success is the only acceptable outcome, and they grow up fearing failure, associating it with shame or inadequacy. As a result, countless individuals spend their lives playing it safe, avoiding risks, or giving up when faced with obstacles because they are afraid of failing. However, failure is not only inevitable, but also essential to personal growth, resilience, and success. Embracing failure as a learning experience can transform how we approach life, empowering us to take risks, pursue our passions, and ultimately find a path toward achievement and fulfillment. Failure is, first and foremost, a natural part of any process involving growth and progress. Whether we are learning a new skill, Advancing in our careers or pursuing personal goals, setbacks and mistakes are bound to happen. Each failure provides us with valuable insights about ourselves, our goals, and the strategies we employ. For example, a business owner who experiences a setback in launching a product might learn more about their target audience, refine their approach, and come back stronger with a more successful product. Similarly, someone who experiences failure in a relationship can learn more about their own needs, communication style, or patterns that might affect future connections. These lessons are invaluable, and often the knowledge gained from failure is what paves the way for future success. Fear of failure often holds people back from trying new things or taking risks, stifling creativity and innovation. In many cases, people who avoid failure also avoid growth because they limit themselves to activities where they feel secure or know they can succeed. This can lead to stagnation, as they rarely venture outside of their comfort zones. By reframing failure as a necessary and valuable experience, we free ourselves from the limitations imposed by fear. Rather than viewing failure as a setback, we can begin to see it as a stepping stone, a part of the process that ultimately contributes to our development. This shift in mindset not only encourages us to try new things, but also allows us to approach challenges with curiosity and openness, rather than anxiety or self-doubt. One of the most powerful benefits of embracing failure is the resilience it builds. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and adapt to challenges, and it is a crucial skill in both personal and professional life. Every time we fail and choose to persevere, we strengthen our resilience, proving to ourselves that we can handle difficult situations and emerge stronger. When we encounter failure and persist, we develop a confidence that comes from knowing we can face adversity and continue moving forward. This resilience is not only valuable in times of crisis, but also allows us to handle everyday challenges with greater ease. People who have embraced failure tend to be more adaptable, flexible, and calm under pressure because they have learned that setbacks are temporary and surmountable. Failure also fosters humility and empathy, which are essential for building meaningful relationships and connecting with others. When we experience failure, we gain a deeper understanding of what it means to struggle, to face disappointment, and to overcome hardship. This understanding can make us more compassionate and empathetic toward others who may be going through similar experiences. Humility, born from failure, reminds us that we are all human and imperfect, each with our own unique challenges and setbacks. In turn, this humility makes us more approachable and relatable, enabling us to connect with others on a more genuine level. The empathy that comes from understanding failure also enables us to be supportive friends, mentors, and leaders as we recognize the importance of encouragement and understanding in helping others navigate their own journeys. Another essential lesson that failure teaches us is that success is rarely a straight line. Many people who achieve great success have experienced numerous failures along the way, learning and growing from each one. This pattern is evident in the lives of countless influential figures, from scientists and inventors to artists and entrepreneurs. For instance, Thomas Edison is famously known for saying, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His perseverance in the face of repeated failures eventually led to the invention of the light bulb. Stories like Edison's show us that failure is not the end of the road, but a necessary part of the path to success. Each failure can bring us one step closer to our goals, as long as we learn from it and keep moving forward. When we embrace failure, we also become more comfortable with uncertainty, an inevitable aspect of life. By accepting that failure is possible and that it is not something to fear, we become more willing to take on challenges, even when the outcome is uncertain. This openness to uncertainty allows us to seize opportunities we might otherwise shy away from, leading to new experiences, personal growth, and unexpected successes. Embracing failure teaches us to view life as a series of experiments, where every outcome, whether positive or negative, provides valuable information. This mindset allows us to approach life with curiosity and optimism, confident that even setbacks have something to offer. In conclusion, failure is not a roadblock, but a vital part of the journey toward personal growth, resilience, and success. By embracing failure as a learning opportunity, we free ourselves from the fear that limits our potential. Failure helps us develop resilience, teaches us humility and empathy, and reminds us that success is often a result of perseverance through repeated setbacks. When we stop seeing failure as something negative and start viewing it as an integral aspect of growth, we open ourselves to new possibilities, deepen our relationships, and build the confidence to face life's challenges head-on. Embracing failure rather than avoiding it, leads us to a more fulfilling and empowered life. This approach not only brings us closer to our goals, but also enables us to live with a sense of freedom, courage, and purpose that enriches every experience along the way.